Party's over, kids. Hope you had your fun. Hope you had a good time running around, right? I'm back. Big Daddy's back, all right? You're grounded now.
Dad finally came home with the milk.
Dad's coming home and he's holding his belt.
20 seconds in, and we've got
regular Adrian Peterson over here.
What was it? A switch he had?
It was a switch. Yeah. I never knew what that was
until that episode. Yeah, same.
Super Mario Brothers Wonder out this Friday on Switch.
I was actually about to bring that up later in the show, Jake. I was like, it's a big weekend for you with Marty coming out and some Mario coming out too.
Dude, I got Bees. I can watch my Bees Thursday. I have Mario on Friday, and I got Marty. I'm seeing Marty out on Saturday. It's a hell of a week.
I'm planning on seeing it Friday night, late Friday night, like 9:30. That's
Jesus, you're gonna get home at like 2 a.m.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
I got
I got home from work at 7, and the next showing from there is 7:20. Like that's a quick turnaround. I want to like get comfy. You know what I mean? It's a whole thing. Liam, what say you?
I'm doing IMAX Thursday night at 8.
So debut night. So we're gonna have a little cinema on Lansdowne next week.
Got to. Don't want to miss the spoilers or the post credit scenes. You know.
The Killers of the Flower Moon will return.
When Billy Costigan walks out, he sets up the Martys, the other MCU,
the Marty cinematic.
We'd have Henry Hill, Billy Costigan. Well, no, Billy's dead. I guess it can't be him. What was Mark Wahlberg's name?
Sergeant Dignam.
Yes, Sergeant Dignam. Sergeant Dignam, Henry Hill.
My son's studying law at Notre Dame.
Jordan Belfort.
Which I watched that a couple weeks. I think I already mentioned that.
They all come out of the portals at the end of the Killers.
Yeah, right. William Dafoe is Jesus Christ.
Speaking of which, it is the official anniversary of R.I.P. my dog Tony Stark.
Yes, it is.
As we record this.
In the MCU timeline, yes. Today, as we record this, October 17th, Tony Stark has passed on from this realm and all other realms, as he is dead. And it is so funny, the impact of that tweet. I know actual people, John Anderson, friend of the program, being one of them, who, whenever there's a big movie coming out nowadays, he intentionally misspells characters' names as to avoid a LaShawn McCoy, R.I.P. my dog, Tony Stark situation. Pound for pound, I think one of the S-tier tweets of all time.
All time.
Well, what's funny is if you muted Tony Stark, that would have gotten through, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point. So Tony Stark.
Was that on purpose?
No, I think he just thought his name was Tony Stark.
He did it. It was a total accident.
I don't want to assume. I don't know if anyone's ever asked Mr. McCoy, Shady McCoy, one way or the
Mr.
other
Shady.
about this.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that up.
Helped me win a fantasy championship in 2013, so no ill will towards him.
Yeah, no, I was wondering.
Yeah, I know you were waiting on pins and needles when it was him, and it was Jamal Charles as my 1-2 in that backfield. What a season that was.
As of May 2020, a headline from Bleacher Report: LaShawn McCoy regrets spoiling Avengers Endgame. quote, the worst decision of my life.
It's like Oppenheimer, staring down.
Holding his head.
LaShawn McCoy after tweeting, "Rest in peace, my dog, Tony Stark."
LaShawn McCoy issues YouTube apology video. He's got like the fingers together like this, like the Logan Paul apology.
Is he? He's retired, right? Shady.
Shady, yes, he is. Yeah. I think he may have been on that Buccaneers team that won the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Well, you know what? I wish him the best.
How about that? That's Conflict Understander, a.k.a. Jake. We're also joined by hashtag Smiley4 CBO. I am Craig Breslow, a.k.a. Fitz. Jake, Fitz, and Liam, all three of us back here on Pod on Lansdowne. After a wedding, I am now a committed and loyal husband now. Shout out Allie Fitz, not Allie Quinn, Allie Fitz.
Can you say that? Can you say that on here?
Yeah, we know. She's a Fitzy now, and I've said Alex before.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess when we were doing it 2 weeks ago. She publicly displayed her
Twitter as Alex Quinn. I'm not telling any tales out of school there. So
that's fair.
And then after a week and a half long trip down to the islands, went to Grenada. Beautiful, beautiful island, fellas. I would highly recommend. Very friendly people there. They're very nice. Back to reality now. Here back on Pod on Lansdowne, but happy to be back here with you listening. because, gentlemen, we actually do have some Red Sox news to talk about. A little bit of Red Sox news, which is funny because the last, 2 or 3 weeks of the regular season, we were, Liam, scrapping the bottom of the barrel to try to figure out something to talk about. You guys, you had a good episode last week, and obviously the ending news after that, of course, Tim Wakefield passing away. Obviously not the news that anyone wanted to talk about. Just a devastating blow. Wanted to mention that since I couldn't last time that we were on. But seriously, though, at the end of the regular season, not much to talk about now. Here we are. The LCS is going on right now in the playoffs. But at least there's a little bit of a Red Sox juice on the wire. Is it not, Liam?
No, I mean, thankfully, we do have stuff to talk about. Because I know we were all worried that October would be a little slow. And, yeah, we had the week off, which I think helped. But got to say, it's good to be back in the studio cooking with you two. We needed this. We needed this.
Reunited, and it feels so good. Yeah, the Drake meme. I needed this. Jake, choose your own adventure here. Do we want to start with some of the trade rumors that we saw earlier this morning? Because I do want to get into that no matter how realistic they are or are not. Or do we want to start with the more tangible stuff regarding the search for the new head honcho of the Red Sox front office? Where do we go?
Well, sorry, something just came across my desk that I feel like we have to address.
Is it a breaking skibbity?
Yeah.
Liam?
Skibbity bottom butt up.
This is from Fortune.com, so it's legit.
Oh boy.
X.
Well, I don't know what is this.
Formerly known as Twitter, will begin charging new users $1 a year to access key features, including the ability to tweet and retweet.
What?
Is it over?
No, it's Jake. How many times do we have to do the song and dance? It's not over.
Well, I feel like the bridge of having to put in your credit card information might be a bridge too far for a lot of people.
It's a fair point. But new users, then it will be recurring users from there. So
I like the picture.
but...
I like the picture of Elon they chose.
He's doing the Kevin Hart hands.
I need to see this.
Maybe that's our episode photo.
I mean, we're stuck here forever. The casuals of the game may dip out, but we are going down with this shit.
Do we have to get on? I mean, what? There's no alternative, really.
I was able to get
I have a
Blue
Sky code, but I haven't signed up.
It doesn't have any juice yet, at least. Yeah. So that's
you
just
go
like
over to these other sites, and all they're doing is talking about Twitter. What? Like, well, I'm not going over there.
All right, listen. I know that I said I would pay $1 a year.
Yeah, what?
I mean, listen.
I'll pay $1.
In principle, I don't want to give it to Elon, but it wasn't Elon.
But unfortunately, I will. I think if that's what we're looking at, he'll get $1 out of me.
You win, Elon. Fine.
Yeah.
$1. That's. I don't.
I mean,
sure. You can't even make this stuff up.
Well, Liam, he needs the $1 to keep away the bots. You see, because that's how he justifies everything.
That's true. The bots, which have
only increased over the last 8 months, but that's
I feel like that.
Point.
I feel like that cop in The Dark Knight when they're at the press conference. Things are worse than ever.
No more dead cops.
That's how I feel about the bots. It's like every other like I get on this website now is a porn bot, or there was a very strange, advanced evolved bot in my mentions the other night during one of the ALCS games, and they were tweeting about Nathan Eovaldi, but had just other accompanying buzzwords in there for SEO purposes.
Hey, wait, guys,
it was
sorry.
so
Liam, I'm sorry to cut you off, but this just how do you guys want to split up our $1 to pay for Pot on Lansdowne? I'll pay the 34 if that's
what works. Big man.
Yeah, right. You're bigger than me.
Yeah.
So Liam and I are 33.
You think you're better than me?
You have controlling stake in Pot on Lansdowne with that, right?
If Jake goes, he's taking the Twitter account with him.
Liam, you know the 50+1 rule in soccer team ownership, where the fans always will have control no matter what.
Yeah.
33+1 there for Jake. All right, well, since Jake wanted to go with the secret third direction and talk about Twitter using...
That's a big deal for us, no? We live on this hell site.
That's why I my solemn promise to our beautiful listeners is I will learn to edit videos this winter.
My promise is I will never log off. That's my promise.
That's understood. You're gonna have to come up with something more than that because that's understood. You took the pot on lands down blood oath. Of course, you're never gonna log off. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
The Hippocratic Oath. Yeah, exactly.
The Hippocratic Oath. I will never log off.
So, anyways, let's get to the brass tacks here. General manager talk. It was funny. I posted an article on Over the Monster this Monday morning. First in a little bit. Basically saying, like, listen, there's not much traction. This does not seem to be an appealing job for many people. The Red Sox head of the front office job, whether you want to call it a GM, chief baseball officer, president of baseball operations, overlord of the roster, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seem like it's appealing. So you might as well just go with Eddie Romero. That's basically what was the point of my article. And then 20 minutes later, Kim Ng is parts ways with Miami, could instantly become a player in this search for a Red Sox GM. And then since that happened Monday morning, about, I don't know, Liam, like 40 names have come into the fold. I think that's an all-time mush by me, saying, well, no one else is going to come into the fray. We might as well just make the move, no?
No, I mean, it was perfect timing on your part. And Jake said this in our group chat earlier today before we started recording, that they will almost certainly reveal who the next CBO is by the moment we stop talking tonight. So I don't know. I mean, it was like I feel like that's just the search in a nutshell for the next, head of baseball operations has been all of a sudden it feels like super messy because we didn't hear anything for all of September and the first week of October, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're getting turned down left and right. Nobody's interested, and now all of a sudden there's a laundry list of, 500 people who suddenly
want the job,
are contenders. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that says about the overall search. I mean, I'm sure it's been cleaner than what we've seen following on Twitter, but I don't know. I mean, there are good names in there. There are some names that aren't inspiring. But hey, at least
some names I've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly. That too. I mean, they mentioned like two guys earlier today, like Paul Tubani.
Oh, Paul Tubani. Yeah, we play golf on weekends.
Who I guess has been in charge of the last 3 drafts in our front office. So that's an inspiring name. Had I ever heard of the guy? No,
that's why I made that.
Paul Tubani.
It's Toboni. I'm looking at the Red Sox front office pulled up right here. There was another one too. It was like Groupman. Michael Groupman, another name who I guess has been in the front office for a long time.
It's like Frank Grimes. Is he in there? Is Grimey in there?
Which I mean, total side note, but everyone on Twitter, and I'll certainly say this for myself. I won't speak for you guys, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know any of these people's qualifications.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to looking for a CBO, but so all I can do is recognize names right now. And yeah, we can look at their background. I mean, obviously we know Eddie. We know Paul now. He's been in charge of the drafts.
Paul Tubani. I think Paul Tubani was in the Bamboo Lounge scene in Goodfellas.
Hey, how you doing?
There was Freddie No-Nose. Paul Tubani. Hey, how you doing, kid?
Paul the Killer Dubani.
Paul the Killer. Took care of that thing for you.
But I don't know. I mean, here's where we are. I think we're getting close to something happening just based off all the leaks. Because obviously, like, Breslau's been interviewed. I think Thad Levine from Minnesota has been interviewed. Raquel took her name out of the running earlier today before we started recording. So, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Only 2 people turned down the job.
Right. It's just Gomes and Sam Fold.
Which listen,
in public, right? But there are the reports there that multiple people aren't interested. Which
who the fuck else is? I mean, I'm not interested. I mean, can anyone say that? Like, what is it? Like,
That's a
like
pay
Jake
raise.
Wallinger's not interested.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't care if
Per
Joe
Rob
Schmo.
Bradford.
Yeah, I don't care if Joe Schmo doesn't want the fucking job. Like, it's the big guys that matter. It's not like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it seems like really only those two guys were people that mattered that turned it down. Which,
yeah, and
they're both in pretty good spots on good teams. I mean, Gomes lives across the country, and I don't know. I mean, like, it does neither seem like, oh, we're in hell. Like, I don't know. The Dodgers are perennial 100-win teams. The Phillies are going to probably be likely in the World Series 2 years in a row. I don't know. It's like,
I definitely think the panic or what set off the panic over the weekend was the fact that like we didn't have names. It was just, oh, people are turning down the job. Now that like, okay, we have the benefit of hindsight, and now there's all these names out there all of a sudden. I don't feel as bad. So
right.
I think a little of it was like, we heard, I'm sure guys turn down jobs all the time, but because I'm probably giving, maybe I'm a little optimistic here, but we knew that this narrative existed already. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of turnover and there's not such a great gig. And so when one or two guys turn it down, you get to go, see, I was right. Look, two people don't want this job. I think part of it is definitely that sort of thing. There's an expression for that. Like when you Fitz, you're a journalism guy. Do you know what that's called?
What are you looking for here?
Like when you set something up so that when it happens, you can, fuck it, whatever.
Confirmation
the point
bias,
is,
are you trying to think of?
Yeah, maybe, maybe that is what I'm talking about. Maybe
I don't know if that's 100%, right. But
yeah.
Anyway,
listeners, if that sounds,
they'll understand. They'll understand.
Thor us on Lansdowne.
But I don't know. I think it'll end up fine. Personally, whatever.
I will say I was a little bit, admittedly, naive at the start of this process, thinking like, oh well, it's Boston. It's this blue blood team. Of course, anyone would want to take over this. The books look pretty light, relatively speaking, going forward. The farm is solid. They've already got some young pieces in the fold right now. Who wouldn't want this job? And then people astutely pointed out afterwards when it started trickling through that maybe not as many people are interested. Some people are turning it down. It's like, well, yeah, you can't pick your manager. It very clearly seems like the owner does not have much patience whatsoever. You can't, right, wrong, or different, you can't really carry out your vision, it seems like. So with that in mind, I'm like, I guess that's why maybe some people don't want the job. I understand that now. But then again, this week continues and we're already seeing some more names trickle in. So it's hard to say. I think that's the general point of this part of the episode. It truly hard to say.
Gotta agree.
And women be shopping. That too.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, and women truly do be shopping.
So who's all right? So
yeah, I guess if you guys had to pick out of any of these names, like
so what's our candidate right now? We got Brez, we got Craig Breslow, old friend. We have Thad, which name alone, I'm giving him the gig.
Elite name, I have to say.
Yeah, if we could tweet Thaddeus whenever, like a free agent.
Yeah, instead of Heim.
Yeah, Breslow, Thaddeus, Click, the clicker.
Let's talk about Click now.
The clicker.
And then who was the other big outside name? There was one more.
Kim Eng. Do we want to put her in there?
Well, we don't know, right?
Yeah, I think the thing is,
those first three have literally been like linked, like they've said these guys are either interviewing or whatever. But I don't believe
apparently. Well, then I guess like internally, there's Eddie. There's Tabani. There's Grootman.
Tabani, the killer.
Then they get Grootman. Then they get Tabani.
And Zendaya's Michi.
All right, so let's break it down. I mean, who are your guys, I guess?
I appreciate Romero being a familiar face. I do think that he has the understanding of the organization. I think that.
Oh, sorry, Neil Huntington was the other one.
Jesus Christ!
I'll kill myself. I'll answer. I mean, that is horrid. What has that man done in his 2 decades as a baseball executive for you to go, that's the guy? Trade several generational players for peanuts?
He's been interviewed, right? They interviewed him. That's
I
confirmed.
think. I mean, what the fuck?
He's the
think
Pirates guy, right?
Yeah.
He was.
Listen, Chris Archer has a
he's an
name. I'll
Amherst
have you.
guy.
Yeah, Well, he also traded Garrett Cole for nothing. Well, Joe Musgrove, but then he turned around and traded Joe Musgrove for nothing. I mean, the guy's a bum. I don't like. He really is fucking terrible. I don't know. One of the worst GMs. Yeah, yeah. Anybody but him might be at
You
least.
guys are complaining about
I guess
deals. Watch this.
I forgot about Michael Hill and John Daniels too. Two other names that had reported
Hill with Miami,
turned
right?
the job down. Well, no, I guess Hill's just in the MLB front office.
I thought it was
like,
in Miami.
no, I'm good.
All right, so
well, he
all right,
was.
Let's break it down.
He was
okay.
before
Craig,
Kim.
smart guy, Yale guy,
I like everything I'm hearing about Breslau.
college baseball teammate of Ron DeSantis, which is crazy.
Sign him up. Get him on the pod.
Isn't that crazy? That's kind of
Wait,
crazy. No,
what?
DeSantis had to have been an awful clubhouse guy. Like,
they literally, they played on the Yale baseball team together. Liam.
that's what I'm saying. Him and
I
Ron
did not
DeSantis
know
in the
that.
clubhouse. Like,
No, I know.
That's-
Liam didn't know. I'm letting Liam know.
What? Are there like photos of them together?
I mean, a team photo, I imagine.
Do you think they like went out for beers after games?
Yeah, probably. Went to Toad's place together.
is that a Connecticut
Do
reference?
Yale kids go to Toad's? Yeah, it's Connecticut mentioned. Yeah. Yeah, Brez, I mean, admittedly, he's never been the guy in a front office, so he's kind of hard to judge in that sense, but very intelligent. Isn't he like a rocket scientist or something?
Yeah, he's
What is he?
aerodynamics or some shit.
Yeah.
Again, an Ivy,
Smart
He's
dude.
the director of pitching now and the assistant GM in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Which, like, I mean, sign me up if he was to come over and run our pitching development, because that's clearly an absolute shit show.
So to be the pitching coach. How about that?
But
wait,
I think
I'm so sorry. We can circle back to what I'm about to say, but I think we recorded Liam before the coaching firings, didn't we?
Oh, we definitely did.
So we'll come back to that,
before
but let's
Fabe,
stick on the GMs right now.
But yeah, no.
CBOs.
When it comes to Craig, my only fear is like you're not. He's not coming over to be anything less than the GM or the CBO. So
Yeah, he's not doing a lateral move.
yeah,
Sure.
which okay. I don't know. I mean, James Click would be.
Well, all right. So I wanted to talk
More
about
inspiring.
Click because obviously he won the World Series last year.
But it's so strange that he got fired immediately after.
Well, it's also like if you look at that World Series roster, it's not really his.
No, still all like Luna.
Like really at all. I mean, I was kind of going through it today after that report came out, and it's like, I don't know. He made almost none of those marquee plays. He brought over almost none of those players. It was all the cheater, Jeff. He put together most of that roster. I mean, so sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my only fear about going internally, as much as I think Eddie would be like a great candidate, like I'd give him the job right now, right this minute, if I could, if John Henry gave me that power. But I just worry that there's like that boys club mentality in there now, where it's like Cora's got all this say. Sam Kennedy's running the show too, like
right, because they're not in a situation where you need to start over. That's the what I mean.
But it's also like, I mean, clearly some outside perspective is needed. So I don't. I
just keep going in circle. And also, how much is Eddie going to deviate from what we saw from Bloom? If you really wanted to go in a different direction from Bloom, how much different is Eddie going to be? I don't know. I'm not in the interviewing room with him, so I can't tell you.
I don't think they necessarily wanted to go in a different direction than Bloom.
I just think they were looking for someone who was more decisive. That's all.
That's correct, and also didn't.
So a different direction, because that's
no. But I don't.
I think Heim's philosophy is.
That's good. I don't think that was like what they disagreed with.
Yeah, that wasn't the issue.
It was.
Right. Well, if you're talking about decisiveness, like okay, like put your chips into the table. Again, we don't have to rehash this again and again.
But
push your chips into the middle of the table.
But again, I mean, that just goes to show you how hard Heim's job was.
I thought you said put your chips in the table.
It's the same push, put, same thing.
Okay.
Right? I guess you could put them there by proxy of pushing. Like, push is the process, but you're still putting them there. You're placing them there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Place your chips in the middle.
No more bets. Anyways, you were saying, Liam. One more quick point, then we have to go to break.
I don't think I have another point. Honestly. now that we're here, yeah. No, I kind of lost.
I don't
my train of
know.
thought there.
I don't think any of the guys stand like neck and shoulders or head and shoulders.
There's no.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Oh, I don't think
whatever.
that's to say neck and shoulders.
Above anybody else. Like I think it's a fine group aside from Huntington. He's a bum, and I'd be like, it'd be catastrophic if they hired him. I think, but everybody else, fine. Nobody to write home about, but nobody to hire a town crier about.
Paul Tabani, my dark horse.
But it's fine.
Paul Tabani.
Give Paul the keys. Let him drive.
Understand?
Let him.
You muted yourself there, Liam. But that's a good time. That's a good time there. That's a good natural transition.
Liam, you're out. There you go.
You're out, and this advertising is in. He's still struggling with the microphone. Ad time.
You dumb fuck.
Can you guys hear me?
Now I can. Yes, you're good.
Yeah, I think you're in your AirPods now, though. You sound completely different.
Yeah.
What the hell?
First episode back as a full family here.
Yeah, we're shaking the rust off. Again. We're shaking the rust off.
I definitely.
Okay. How about now?
All right,
yeah,
that's up
got
mic. All right,
you better.
Yeah, let's
give me 5 seconds of silence here, fellas. We are back. Pawn on Lansdowne, Jake Fitz, Liam. The trio is back once more, reunited. Feels so good. I said that earlier. I'll say it again. Follow us on Twitter, at Pawn on Lansdowne, at FitzyMopania is myself, at Jake Wallinger is Jake, at Liam Fennessy _ is Liam. If you have a question for the show, which, as a matter of fact, I haven't checked the voicemail box, because, again, wedding, honeymoon, things of that nature. No one's called. So I didn't miss anything. But if you want,
they never call.
They never called.
They never call.
If you want to call, if you want to change that, give us a buzz at 617-420-2431. We're taking questions and comments and concerns all off season. Again, 617-420-2431. We got to talk about this. I don't even want to call it a rumor, fellas. It's just it's a hypothetical, but it's fun to talk about. We got to talk about
the
this
hospital.
The hospital? No, that's not a hypothetical. No, that actually.
Ow! Sorry. I am the conflict. I am the conflict understander, though.
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
To the Boston Red Sox? Question mark? I don't know. What do you guys to quote? What's the?
You guys want to talk about
podcast?
that? The Hat Trick Sports podcast.
Yeah, you guys want to talk about that?
You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, no, that was proposed in the Athletic today. Who's the author who did that?
Jimbo.
Jim Bowden.
Old
Jim Bowden. Jim Bowden proposed 5 teams that could trade for Juan Soto. It was the Yankees. Cleveland was in there. The Giants, Seattle, and the Boston Red Sox. Your Boston Red Sox, as you see this. The proposed package. Excuse me. Beg pardon. The Red Sox receive Juan Soto. Padres receive Miguel Blaze, Alex Verdugo, Tanner Houck, and Luis Perales. Gentlemen, apologies if I mispronounced Luis's name there, by the way. But gentlemen, my question to you is, how quickly do you accept that trade if you're the GM of the Red Sox? Because I think that takes me about 1.5 seconds.
I'm smashing the button so hard I'm breaking it.
I'm driving them to Logan. I'm driving those boys to Logan myself.
I mean, that's a slam dunk of a trade, is it not?
Well, but I mean, it is just 1 year, So maybe it's not. Like maybe that's like pretty fair value. I don't know.
Well, I think you would only make that trade under the assumption that you extend them, which I think it would be baffling not to extend them.
I don't think you're gonna get that. I don't think you're gonna get that guarantee.
I understand that he's a Scott Boras agent, but if you gave him 35 over long term, I think you could easily get that done. You could have that conversation as you're making it happen. I don't know if I would do it if you don't have that guarantee.
I think I probably make that exact trade.
Maybe you even do. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do make that exact trade even without it.
I think ultimately I don't, but I think you'd want to ensure that you could get in this.
I mean, really,
I'm in the
really,
same boat because
really,
at the very least,
the Verdugo adds nothing to that. He has 1 year of control. I mean, so
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
really
say,
the
right? Yeah,
it's
that's
really
kinda
the
fair.
other three. Hauk, like I've said a million times, nobody's ever been more of a reliever than Tanner Hauk.
Yeah,
So that's
I'm not going to
whatever.
shed any tears.
Paralysis. Luis. People are pretty high on him, so I don't know. And Miguel, his value is probably the lowest it will ever be.
Him,
Yeah.
And also, you can't have 15 outfielders on the big league team. At some point, like, we're going to have to make some decisions on a lot of the outfield talent that is within the organization right now.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, and Soto's like only like 5 years older, I think, than Blaze.
Yeah, but Blyce is 19.
So 6 years older.
He's only 19.
He's only 19.
Only
Only 24.
Every time you talk about Juan Soto's age, you have to bring it up every time. He's younger than Adley Rutschman.
It's true.
Makes you
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I make that trade without an extension in place because he's young enough.
You make that deal? You make that deal, Udovich?
Damn good deal.
Damn good deal, sir.
I just think he's young enough. Whatever contract they give him is going to have opt-outs. You know?
I think that trend is kind of dying. I think GM started to get the last few years. Yeah, the last few years we haven't seen that as much. It was real hot like 17, 18, 19.
He's also young enough where he may get some of that. Like, he may want another bite at the apple when he's 31. You know what I mean?
Right,
I mean,
that's
true.
what I'm thinking. So I mean,
like, look
still,
at like
you're
Machado,
giving him a 6-year
Bogarts.
contract.
Well, but Machado and Bogart's got a contract when he was like 30, 31 years old. Machado was probably 20. What would you say, Liam? 28 when he signed.
No. I'm saying that first Bogarts contract had the opt out in it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when they got.
No, it's not, and I'm trying to think of who else. Like Nolan Arenado had one, and for some reason didn't take it. I still don't know who the fuck advised him on that. But I'm trying to think none of the big ones last year had it.
That's a great point. I'm trying to think. Like it's been a while since.
Now it's all about that like opt out, but tack a year on at the end thing. I know Cole has that. I know Trevor Story has the same thing. So if you want to.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, like who the hell knows what Juan Soto actually?
I guess my point is GM. I think GMs started to be like, well, I'm just giving you a 3-year contract then. Like, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Because I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe Soto's just like, sign me up for 15 years. I'm good.
Sign me up for 15 years of Juan Soto. I'm good with that. Ooh, but his fielding, I don't care.
If you get Soto, you can pull off that Yamamoto signing. Your entire core is under 26 years old.
It's a good start.
Special.
It's a good place to be.
That's a good way to put it, right?
Could be special.
That's a very, very nice way to put it.
Of course, a lot of things have to happen for what I just said to come to fruition,
right.
but
and I tweeted this. I don't think the Soto to Boston deal happens in the first place. But you know what? It's fun. It's fun to talk about. So,
there's a meme our good friend Santi likes to use. It's Didier Drogba. It's a quote of his where he goes, "I'm beginning to recognize my club again," and that's
really good.
That's how I feel about these Juan Soto hypotheticals.
Yeah,
so be it.
That first $200 million contract that hits this offseason.
I'm beginning to recognize this, Jake. This is why you need to get into soccer, man, because you'll appreciate these soccer. memes
all the Bleacher
more.
Report memes are great.
Oh,
there's a lot of them.
Good.
I laughed, to be honest. Is a great one. I'll be there no matter what.
Yeah, Guardiola, we will be there.
Yeah,
we will be there.
We cannot replace him. We cannot replace
Arteta. I have very wild dreams.
I have very wild dreams. Let's fucking go, guys. But huge win against Man City a couple days ago, by the way. I haven't been able to say that on the podcast yet, but shout out Arsenal.
Point is, he's a good player, and he's a little baby, so I would do it.
Yeah, I think how much would you offer him? Say it's at least like, what, a 12-year deal? At least 15, something like that.
Probably 15,
what would you,
right?
What would you offer to Juan Soto?
I'd do 15, like 450?
Is that 35 a year? What's the math on that?
I don't know. I just
I'd do
sounded
12,400. That's 33.
He would absolutely not take that, Liam.
I was gonna say I'd give like 35.
He'd tell you to kill yourself if you gave him 12.
Bump it up to 450 then. It's not my money.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you need to. I think. Well, what did he turn down from the Nats?
He turned down 29 million per. I think it was like 12 or 14 years at 29 per. I think.
Oh, all right.
It was 440 over 15.
440. I mean, yeah. So you got to be.
I looked that up earlier today when I was reading that Athletic article.
What I just said is
he turned down 13,350 before that.
Well,
I don't know the math on that.
So
well, that's nothing. That's pocket change.
It's not 35 per. I know that.
I
think 35 per. Whatever.
I don't know.
The math on that is.
I mean, guys, listen. When it comes down to it, they got to do something so the fans give a shit again.
They need a splash. That sounds so cliche,
we've
but
said
you're
this,
right. They need to make a splash.
It is very sports talk radio.
We're sickos, and I imagine most of the people that listen to this are sickos. We're tuning in every night, regardless.
Yeah, if you're listening to a Boston Red Sox podcast in the middle of October, where the ALCS is based strictly in Texas, you're a sicko. Welcome to the club. Good to have you.
I mean, but if you're a regular Billy fucking Costigan down, up in Gloucester, you don't give a shit right now. This team's been mid for like 5 years. Since that World Series, we've talked, but that ALCS run aside, of course, it's been a bad fucking product for a pretty solid chunk of time now.
And again, you get, like, who's to say that Casas can't take that next step forward into 24 and beyond and become one of those like really exciting sort of pieces? Devers ended up having quietly, I say quietly, but I think we all sort of recognized it. He had his ups and downs, but it ended up being a very solid season.
Still won 30 and 100.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Like, how can you? I mean, we can complain about the defense, sure.
I was gonna say,
and we will, and we will.
Carlos Fayless.
Yeah, this one in spite of the defense, still a really solid season. And there could be exciting pieces here and there, but again, as Felger and Mazzy as it sounds, I would appreciate we need to make a splash. I don't want to make a reckless splash. Like if the splash is Blake Snell, then I say absolutely not. I want to throw my words back into my mouth. Like, nope, rewind that. Don't make a splash because I don't want it to be a reckless splash. But we need a splash, fellas. Need a splash. I got to be in the splash zone.
I need a cannonball. I need a gainer.
Show gainers. I was never able to do a gainer.
Nah, me neither.
Fitz, we need a tsunami for Christ's sake.
Is there a dive called a tsunami, or just saying a general tsunami?
Just a tsunami.
I mean, a tsunami.
A rogue wave.
A tsunami from the splash, you're saying?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying a tsunami was a type of dive. I was like, I was not familiar. We've been getting too many pencil dives recently, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys think they'll pick up Corey?
That's what they're calling him. Not me.
You think they'll pick up Kluber's option coming this year?
That would be the cannonball we need. That would actually.
Could you imagine? Could you guys imagine? Yeah. That'd be so cool.
You bringing that up the other day on Twitter when it said, "Oh, we have the deal." It was like in February or something like that. Oh, we have a deal for 24. Yeah. It's like, oh, do you think they're gonna pick that up?
Yeah. So actually, that was this morning.
Dude, days run into each other sometimes. What can I say? What dive that would be? That'd be a belly flop. That's what that would be. That'd be a big old belly flop that makes your belly all red and it.
Well, I've told the story in here of when the girl did a gainer off of a cliff and hit her head, right?
Yes, you have mentioned that story before. Yes.
Yeah, that would be that. That'd be that.
She's okay as far as we know.
She was. Well, yeah. I guess I actually don't know, but I saw her regain consciousness. So
that's always great.
It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's not Soto, guys, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna. I know we had
Ohtani, so we're not gonna.
Yeah, we had our delusions, but that seems kind of dead, at least for now. There's not many options after that for a big tsunami. Like I was saying, I mean, Yamamoto would be huge for the team, but it's not like.
I don't think so.
Like I just said, Billy Costigan up in Dorchester's not gonna know what that means.
Yeah.
And I'm sure be like running back. Not even similar at all. So I forget I said anything. I was gonna be like, I mean, I'm sure there were people in 2007 when they gave all that money to Dice K who were like, what do I care about this guy? But
that was a big deal.
They'd also just won the World Series like 24 months before. So
yeah,
we're not in the same situation here.
They got him on a Dunkin' commercial probably, and everyone's like, I like this guy. I like the cut of his jib, Yeah.
Dice K,
that's all they had to do.
Special.
That's all we got to do with Juan. We just got to put a caramelized. He's on the
cover of Sports Illustrated.
That's true. Yeah.
Two Japanese men on our roster has been a recipe for success in the past.
It's true.
Do we have more?
Taz and Koji.
Taz and Koji and
or was it just Okajima and Daisuke and Osa? Was there a third?
I don't think so.
Okay. Point is,
did 18 have
I'll tell you what the third's going to be. Yamamoto and Yoshida next year.
That's right. And Otani.
And Ippei.
That's the other one. Yeah,
because Yoshida needs a new translator. They canned the other one.
And then who's the kid in who's going to get posted? Not this offseason, but I think maybe next offseason or the offseason after that. He's like 21 years old. He was really good.
Talking about Roki.
Roki. Yes, that's his name.
Yeah, I guess that's another thing. If you miss out on Yamamoto, Sasaki's coming in.
And then if you get Yamamoto, he's gonna be like, dude, Boston's awesome. Come through.
Just building
I fucking love
Japan.
Cafe 472.
I'm telling you, man, it is fucking hilarious. The bar is full. It's fucking hilarious. You got to come through. You got to see the TAM for yourself.
I just need some shit to start. I mean, I know that we're in the LCSs right now, but I'd like just some substantive rumors somewhere.
That will come in time though. That's November. There.
I'm horny, Fitz. I need it.
This brother starved.
I do know the GM meetings are. I think it's like November 7th through the 9th.
Do those matter? Nothing ever happens at those.
I mean, nothing happens there, but I think
but the winter meetings.
They plant the winter seeds. Meetings, yeah. You think they plant seeds there?
That's the
well. Guess what,
vibe
Liam?
I get.
That doesn't do anything for me. A seed.
But still, I'm just saying, like in terms of the organization. I feel like we want somebody in place by then to show up for that.
Timeout. That good point for that, Liam. But timeout. I know it's an audio podcast, but Jake,
my
what
hat?
A hat
that is
the old school
Thanks,
Gatorade
yeah.
logo,
got
from the '80s.
Got this on Mass Vintage recently. I'll tweet a picture of it.
I follow them. I haven't gotten anything from Mass Vintage, but I follow them. They're excellent.
They got
stuff.
some hits. They got
excellent stuff they have.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, yup.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good hat.
Nice fit.
Good hat.
Yeah.
Naturally,
anyway, audio medium. Audio medium.
Gatorade. But yeah, I think that juice starts flowing in November. So patience, young Padawan. Patience.
Yeah, I think the league would be pissed too if it was all of a sudden like, oh, Padres are talking to the Red Sox about Soto in the middle of the league championship.
Yeah,
series.
They're trying to keep the stuff on the field, right? In between the lines. And meanwhile, over in Beantown, they're building
isn't there
dynasty.
Is it an unwritten rule or an actual like league policy that you can't announce anything during the World Series if you're not playing?
It's probably like in
personnel.
terms of a transaction.
Yeah, well, the A-Rod
honestly,
opt-out was 2007. I remember that. That was in the middle of the World Series.
Oh.
Was it?
It was. I know that with like actual certainty. Yeah.
We've got a YouTube chat comment from Jonah. Shout out Jonah watching this. You fellas watching the game? Not yet, but I will. I will be.
I
I didn't even realize it had started.
Turner just hit a home run. I know that.
Oh, great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I swear to God, man, if both these series are sweeps, I'm going to kill myself. I really am.
I think the World Series is going to be great, though. Either way.
It better be.
Would you take two sweeps for a classic 7-game World Series? I would.
I'll make that deal in a heartbeat.
When was the last great World Series? I mean, really? Astros Dodgers probably, right?
Well, I think 17.
Yeah, 19 was great.
Well, 19. The thing with 19 is that
it really wasn't.
Themselves weren't great.
Sure.
But the fact that the home team never won a single game.
It wasn't a great World Series, but it had some very good games. Like
when there was the combined no hitter.
Right, Game 3 was
I totally
crazy.
Forgot.
Game 1 wasn't
combined no hitters get no love from me. They get no love from me.
That's the Trill Ballins tweet. No love for no hitters.
Good job doing your job.
Yeah, congrats on doing your job.
Well, but that's his tweet's about no hitters, and it's obviously a joke. Combined no hitters legitimately do get no love from me. Like I don't care. Sick. You used 8 pitchers. Whatever.
But to answer the question, I think the last like legitimately great World Series was probably 17. But even Game 7 and 17 wasn't a good game.
No, but what was the game?
Game 5.
In Houston? 5. Ooh.
Games 2 and 5 were insane.
Yeah. Final answer, 17.
But all these worlds have had really good games in them. Like even like the COVID World Series, that crazy ending for Tampa, that was a great game. There's some good games in 21.
That's true. The Blake Snell stuff.
There haven't been really any bad World Series, which has been nice.
I think I tuned 21 out. I don't remember. I remember the Soler home run, but I think after the Astros took us out, I kind of
I went into I was an inpatient after they took us out. So.
You never called. Are you gonna end up like Sanchera? Are you? So, all right, let's take a step aside here. Last break, and then we'll get into the grid. What?
I'm sorry. I just somebody quoted the new Twitter X thing, and it was with Paulie Walnuts going, "You sucked the money out of my ass," about the $1. Good clip.
Sopranos referenced.
We should come back and talk about the coaches, by the way. The coaches.
We're back. Final segment. Pod on Lansdowne. Jake brought up a good point. We should probably talk about the coaching changes. Carlos Fables, Dave Bush, we hardly knew ye. All right, time to do the grid. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they were both nice guys, I'm sure. Abysmal at their jobs. I'll see you guys.
I will say this. Obviously, we're not going to cheer anybody losing their job, their livelihood. But
I will. I will. Everybody always listen. I'm so sick of that when people get fired or whatever. It's like
anti-labor Wallinger over here.
No. Wow. Well, all right.
He's union.
I'm union. No, everybody's always whenever like coaching staff like holier than thou. Like, you want this person to lose their job? Yeah, I fucking do because they're bad at it. It's like they're getting paid to be good. Listen, and these
you want to see those unemployment numbers rise up so you can have something against Sleepy Show next November. All right, buddy?
Jake's
I mean, it's like how many fucking times
unemployment in cities like Boston have run rampant.
How many fucking times can I watch Dave Bush?
Skid Row,
can I watch Dave Bush walk out to the mountain? Jesus Christ!
Oh no.
Well, Boston has their own Skid Row, but.
I'm not going to say it.
Should I say it?
Got some editing to do tonight, fellas. Jeez.
They want me to say it. Sorry, what was it? I was talking about how much I hate. I love how much I love when people lose their jobs. I was saying, listen, I could not watch Dave Bush make his little walk out to the mound 45 seconds before whoever he was just talking to gives up a 3-run bomb anymore. I mean, I guys, awful. And also Carlos Fables, it's really hard to be like an exceptionally bad third base coach, but he did pull it off. So that's
he was awful.
Yeah, he was really bad. So I'll see you guys. Wish him luck.
Wasn't he the infield fielding coordinator too?
Sure was.
Yeah, that
he was fucking bad at that. If that was clearly.
I mean, they just both stunk at their jobs. So I'll say it. I was happy to see them fired. It was good for me personally. So,
anyways,
to bring it back to a point I brought up earlier about the GM search, though. I was worried Cora was going to stick with his guys and go boys club.
Well, he did say he was. So I wonder who was like,
at the end of season
who was like, "Hey, Alex, shut the fuck up."
So, I mean, to see that there were changes made to the coaching staff, that to me was encouraging because I really thought we were running it back with the same group. So, hey, kudos to AC.
And kudos to Immaculate Grid. Are we ready for the grid today?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Jake, read it off, my friend.
Well, I wasn't that ready. Hold on, I'm typing
Well,
it right
you
now.
can't say you're ready and then.
Well, I thought you meant like philosophically. Okay.
Ooh, interesting group.
In a cosmic sort of way.
Top to bottom, these will be your rows. We have the Cards, the Mariners. Speaking of, I think I'm planning a trip to Seattle in the spring, gentlemen, for opening day.
Exciting.
And the Miami Marlins, formerly known as Florida Marlins. Left to right, these are your columns. We have the Astros, the O's, and an All-Star.
Hey now, they're an all-star. We should get a game on and go play. All right, I definitely have one sicko one to start with. I know this one for sure. Seattle Mariner, all-star. I may have already used him before in this exact context, but I'm going to do it again. JJ Putz. I know for a fact he was an all-star 1 year.
Wow.
0.6%. Bang. JJ Putz.
I was gonna go Kike for Astros Marlins.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Yeah,
you want to put that in there?
I have a good one. I have a good one too.
All right, let's get Kike in there first.
2%. I thought it would be better.
2%. That's still good.
All right, I have a good one. My Cardinals All-Star, Alan Craig.
Oh,
did he make an All-Star game?
He did. That year he was fucking insane. The first or 13 he did.
Yeah, 11, 12, 13. That man was like.
Yeah, he was special.
One of the best hitters on the planet.
Yeah, he was hitting like 320.
0.7%.
Yeah.
Should we do old friend Dick Blyer for Orioles Marlins?
Yeah. I didn't know
Red
Dick
Sox
played for the Orioles, but sure.
After I did watch that Foolish Baseball episode on him a couple months ago, and now that does ring a bell that he did play for Baltimore. 3%. 3% there.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're looking good. Well, so we actually Fitz fucking ruined it, but we are almost doing the Red Sox thing.
Sorry, JJ Putz was just
had to get JJ Putz in there.
I sure did. Astros Cardinals. Try to get sicko on that goal. Carlos Beltran.
Well, Lance Berkman. Lance Berkman.
Too. Oh, yeah.
Puma's a good one. This is the best part.
I want to say Mark Reynolds ended up at St. Louis at one point for Orioles Cardinals, but I don't know how confident.
Well, you could do Jack Flaherty too this year.
That's true.
Not sicko
less sicko. Yeah. But
what about O's M's? We got. Oh, Adam Jones.
Oh yeah, we could do. Oh shit, who else was in that trade?
Nelson Cruz for Orioles Seattle.
yeah. Did Cruz ever play for the Cardinals?
No, I don't think he did.
God, I feel like he played on every team.
Where else did Adam Jones play? Did Adam Jones play for Seattle? Or
yeah.
Adam Jones be more sicko than Nelson Cruz, I think.
What about
No.
I don't think Chris Tillman ever threw a pitch for the Mariners.
Dude, did JJ Hardy ever play for the Mariners or the Cardinals?
Not to my knowledge.
You're the resident Orioles guy.
I know JJ played for the Twins and the Brewers before he came to Baltimore. But
we gotta put some answers in here, though. We gotta.
All right, well, let's do Nelson Cruz, M's
Orioles.
Yeah.
Nelson Cruz. 24%.
Oh,
should have done Adam Jones.
Gross.
Fuck.
Well, here I'll put in Adam Jones. I'm just curious. I don't know. Adam Jones is like an iconic Oriole, though.
But he's not an iconic Mariner.
14% is Adam Jones.
That's okay.
No,
all right. You want
Seattle,
Houston. You think Lance Berkman or Beltran is lower?
Berkman, I would guess.
Yeah, because
Berkman. He did win a ring though in St. Louis. Oh Jesus, Berkman's 32. You want to do Beltran?
No, never mind. Do you want to? Fine, I'll just put Beltran there.
Yeah.
Carlos Beltran, 23.
Right,
so it evens out with the Nelson Cruz thing.
Yeah,
on my
right.
board, at least, and yours as well. Right.
All right.
So
and then an Astro and a Mariner. You could do Paul. Oh no,
Kendall Graveman.
Kendall Graveman. That's what I meant.
Do Kendall Graveman. I'm trying to think. I feel like they swapped a couple other relievers too.
Didn't they make a trade this year? Or
Kendall Graveman.
No, that was last year.
This
was
year.
It last year? Okay. Maybe it was last year. The point is, recently they did. Who's the fucking guy? Not Neftali Feliz, but wasn't there another Feliz who pitched for Houston? Not Neftali, but No, I'm not confident enough to say. I'm just trying to rack my brain to see if there's anyone.
Was this is going to be this could be sicko, but Marlins All-Star Justin Bohr. Know he was.
He definitely made an All-Star game once.
Well, I know he was in the home run derby in 17.
So that's my guess. That
but I don't know.
All right, so this may be cheating, but I just
team.
went to put him in on my computer, and he was not an All-Star.
So maybe he was just
the home run.
So he was definitely not an All-Star. There you go. Right? Yeah, shows what I know.
He was there. He was there. He was part of the festivities, but
in 17 he was there.
He was at the derby.
Where was that?
Yeah.
Juan Pierre.
That was in Miami.
To Juan Pierre, there can only be one.
I thought that was 16. Oh no, that was San Diego. Let's do somebody fun.
Chris
what
Coughlin?
about on that 03 team? Is there anybody fun we could do from that 03 team?
Pudge, technically, he might, but he may have just been at the trade deadline.
Did they have to be an All-Star with the team? I forget how that works, right?
Yeah, they have to have been an All-Star.
Okay, because I was going to say Andrew Miller, but
every team has an All-Star. AJ Burnett, maybe.
How about Jose Fernandez? God rest his soul.
He was an All-Star.
Yeah,
I know he was.
Do we do respect for him?
Yeah. It's out of respect.
You know why? It was out of respect.
All right, so then what do we need? Houston, Seattle.
7%. Wow.
7% for Jose.
That's crazy.
Dude,
usually you die, you get some juice on those.
Let me throw up a Hail Mary.
It was kind of crazy.
Mark Reynolds.
So this is a tangent,
Orioles
but
cards.
it was crazy how many MLB players just kept dying in like the mid-teens.
Ventura,
Oscar Tavares.
Tavares, yes, yeah.
Tavares was nuts.
Fernandez, obviously.
It was like during the World Series.
Yeah, I feel like there was more, but fucking thankfully that has slowed down a great deal. But it felt like for like 2 years there, it was like everybody's just fucking dying.
Yeah. It was awful, awful stuff. Ventura was going to be exciting, too, going forward. Young, too. Not that it makes it any better, like, if they were older, of course, but, like, that's, you just feel like you're robbed of watching.
Oh, Skaggs.
Tyler Skaggs, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, they just kept dying. It was wild.
Yeah. I remember, like, it was a huge deal when, remember Nick Adenhart died?
Yep, sure.
For the Angels, young pitcher. Like, that was a huge deal. Then, like, again, thankfully, you didn't hear much one way or the other after that. But like, I remember that
was like a drunk driver, right?
Yeah, he got hit by a drunk driver. Him and I think he was in the car with a couple of his friends. They were, as far as I know, everyone was stone cold sober there. But yeah, I think that guy's in jail for a very, very long time, if not for the rest of his life. Who did that? But anyways, rest in peace to all those people. Did you say you were doing Mark Reynolds for the?
Yeah.
So let's get back. Back to the grid.
I put Reynolds in. I put Reynolds in. He's 2%.
Enough about death.
He's 2%.
Yeah, I put him in.
All right, so Houston, Seattle, and that's it.
Houston, Seattle, whatever.
I thought we put in Graveman.
Oh yeah, Graveman's all.
Yeah, I thought we were trying to think of like something more sicko potentially, but I can put Graveman. Mark. Randy, that is pretty sicko.
Yeah.
But is Graveman more sicko? You're talking about a Hall of Famer who is not known for his tenure on either of those teams.
Or
a recent relief pitcher, right? You know what I mean? It's a good thought.
Seattle, he's kind of a famous Mariner.
He's not really much of a famous.
When he went to Houston, that second half run, special.
Let's do Randy out of respect.
Randy Johnson.
Liam, check Graveman on your computer.
42%.
Oh, I already put him in. Yeah, Graveman's 15%.
Yeah, we give a 105 on that. Not our best. Not our best, but what are you going to do? You know, that's our respectful one. We did it out of respect for JJ.
It was out of respect. That's what I was.
We started so strong with a 0.6% on JJ. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Jesus.
What are you going to do?
Alan Craig was 0.7 as well.
Man. Yeah, no, big Friday coming up for Jake with, again, Killers of the Flower Moon and Super Mario Wonder, which I still need to get. I got to get the voucher so I can get that in Tears.
Yeah, you should.
Tears is like a legit like winter thing for me. Like, okay, I'm hunkering
Tears
down.
Tears is $70 too, so the voucher really
good value on it, right?
It's good.
Doesn't Spider-Man 2 come out as well for PlayStation?
Oh, sure does.
Yeah, I do not have a PlayStation. But
the Insomniac PlayStation games.
I think my PlayStation 4 would actually explode.
I don't think your PlayStation. I don't think you'll even have the option on your PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
but you might
I don't
not.
think it's on the PS4.
Oh, it's not even available for it.
Get the first Spider-Man though, Liam, for your PlayStation 4. Oh, it's an excellent game.
Yeah.
You might be able to get Miles Morales too if you don't.
Do some swinging. It's very therapeutic.
The Insomniac Spider-Man games for PlayStation are excellent. If you haven't yet played any of them, and if you are a fan of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, I would highly recommend.
Oh, Jake, did you ever play the Spider-Man for GameCube?
Oh yeah,
like when the first one came out.
Should I get that one? I should get that.
That's like I remember
Spider-Man 2, right? I never played the one.
The one and two are both good. Yeah, I played them both. They're great.
Oh.
Special
yeah,
stuff.
I got Melee.
The first one's weird because there's no like street level, so it's like if you just fall swinging, you just die. You fall into like the void.
How much was Melee for you, Jake?
I'd rather not say.
Because it's like it's still like huge on like the gaming scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this has been an expensive endeavor, but also they all hold their value, so I'm not really like.
Well, that is until like the Switch Plus comes out in a year and a half, and they launch with GameCube being on NSO. Then
yeah, well then I'm shit out of luck, but you know you can't think like that.
Pass it down to your kids, you know. Then they're family heirlooms at that point.
Yeah,
it'll be like vinyl records. Like it's you can get it.
I figure. I mean,
we love physical media here.
Well, I don't. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't have a lot of physical. I'm all digital on my Xbox and my Switch. And then I have like some movie. I have a decent amount of movies that are physical. But my GameCube's the only physical games I have. So
yeah.
Whatever.
I still have some 360 games kicking around, and then obviously my PS2 stuff.
Yeah. We gotta have a GameCube party. We gotta have a.
I'm 100% down.
You need other GameCubes.
I will whoop anyone in Double Dash. Mario Baseball will be competitive. I haven't played that in a while, but
I'm a Strikers man. Nobody will beat me in Strikers.
Strikers great. Strikers. It's fun to play against someone in Strikers, but it's very fun in Strikers. Like, okay, this game you can be Yoshi. We'll be like your 3 like bodyguards with.
Oh yeah, you got who are the bodyguards? It's the Hammer Bros. It's
the Toads.
The Toads.
Toads were always the go-to for me.
I think I was always Hammer Bros.
Birdos.
They could throw their hammers.
But you just push your enemies into the electrical fence.
Yeah.
And clears the way, and then you can do the double goal. It's cheating probably, but you know what? It works. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Sure. Fitz, did you miss us? Were you thinking about us your whole honeymoon?
Not the whole honeymoon,
but a lot of it.
A little bit here and there. I was thinking, it's like, oh boy, how they're gonna. What am I gonna come back to?
99% of the time.
Yeah.
What was the highlight of the honeymoon, Fitz? And let's not get too crass here. Ow!
Touring the island it's a beautiful, beautiful island.
Yeah. Like, did you listen to the song? The Hello Mudda. Hello Fada.
No, I did not listen.
Camp Grenada?
No, well, it's Grenada. That's the name of the country. It's not Grenada.
That's a good poll, though, Jake.
Yeah, thank you. It's by Alan Sherman.
How was meeting that monkey? I like that photo.
Excellent. It was a delightful fella. It was funny because...
Did you see Fitz wore pants to dinner?
Dress code. It was a dress code. I had to do it.
They couldn't... Khaki shorts?
Somebody had to do it.
I don't think they were clean, but that's not the point.
Well, you were in like boat shoes, so I was thinking, like, I don't think it's like
closed-toed shoes, pants. Like one of the restaurants there was like, you can't come in if you're not like you can't come in looking like a slob here. All right.
No shoes, no shirt, no fits.
Right. No service, no problems. You could say, like Kenny Chesney. But yeah, no, the monkey was great. The monkey, it was funny because. Like everyone else, like in the tour, we were probably like with like 6 or 7 couples, all celebrating their honeymoon, just like us. And the monkey was very cordial at first. Like the guy had like little pieces of banana, like put them on his hands, like had us do tricks with all that kind of stuff. And you could see like where the monkey was going to go next. Like you had an anticipation until someone else's car came in and there was a dog there, and the window was open, so the dog started barking and scared the monkey. So the guy who was training the monkey had to tell the other guy, he's like, yo, roll up that window, get that dog out of here, all right? I'm trying to make like a tip here or something like that. So he does it, obliges. I'm up next. Monkey's in the tree, right? So he stands me up, puts the banana in my hand. I can't turn my head and see where the monkey is. So I'm watching like 15 other people, Alex included, reading their eyes to see where this monkey is and when he's going to jump onto my shoulder. No anticipation of it. Fellas, I'm telling you, when you're not expecting like a 20, 30-pound monkey or something like that, I don't know how I could have.
It was that heavy.
When you can't see, yeah, he may have been lighter than that. The point is, it felt like that. It felt heavy. When you can't see him jumping onto your shoulder, it throws you off your skelter a little bit. Like, how am I supposed to know? I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Jumps off of a tree, like, 10, 15-foot drop, boom, right onto my shoulder. He stuck the landing, got his banana. He was a happy guy, and it was very fun. He peed on another guy. Didn't pee on me, but he did piss on another guy's shoulder there. Some random guy on the tour. It did happen.
That's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, not good.
Did you get its name, the monkey?
No.
Oh,
no.
It was impersonal.
Yeah, I didn't want to. No. He didn't want to tell us. He was shy. So it was a great time, though. Fantastic time. Beautiful island. Would not recommend it enough. What'd you say, Jay?
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time.
I'm glad that you're glad.
Yeah, and Liam and I, we held down the fort here.
You did.
Sure did.
You did. It was a very solid episode.
I do like so that. Too. At the end of the episode we did, Jake, where we were like, yeah, let us know if you want another. And
people said they did, and we just didn't do it.
We never talked about it.
Sorry. Maybe I'll go on another honeymoon. Maybe we'll just run it. We'll renew our vows every year and then just go on.
I don't think Liam and I had it in us to do it another week. We were like, it was so stressful.
We're good.
Was it really stressful to figure it out?
No, at the beginning it was because we couldn't get the fucking. Yeah. So we had several softwares where
it was so funny because you recorded it Monday, right?
Yes.
So it was a nightmare. We had a problem with the plane at JFK to go down to Grenada, and I can't have my cellular data on the island. I don't want to get charged for international rates. So I have to wait to get connected to the hotel Wi-Fi to get my iMessages. So we touched down, finally up and been traveling all day. Finally get to, enjoy our honeymoon, relax. One of the first texts I get, Jake Wallinger, hi Fitz, hope you're having fun, smiley face. We can't figure out the podcasting thing. And I'm like,
But so we had no idea how to do the ads. We were like, fuck that. I messaged Brian. I was like, dude, we're fucked. Can you do this? And he put the ads in for us.
Shout out Brian. He's the man.
Yeah, because I was like, we're not figuring that out. But we got everything else.
So
we also didn't have the intro, so I had to play that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good touch, though.
But it was the Liam and Jake show. It wasn't Pot on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Anyways, anything else that we want to talk about? Or is that going to do it?
I think that does it.
Oh, if any of our listeners live in Los Angeles, let me know. Because I'll be spending the spring out there.
There you go.
Tinseltown, Jake, they're calling him.
Showbiz.
Yeah, I'm going Hollywood.
You crossing the picket line?
Babylon. Regular Jack Conrad over here.
I am. Well, no, I guess not technically, but I will have to go to work at those places.
Also, don't think you could sneak that fucking Babylon reference under the radar there, Liam. I noticed it.
Liam, I will watch it before I go out there. I promise.
I still haven't seen it.
Special film.
Honestly, honest question, Liam, before we sign off, how many times have you seen that movie?
I mean, let's be honest. I started it at 11:30 last night. It's a 3-hour movie. I didn't finish it.
You put it on again last night?
Oh yeah. After the game.
There's other movies.
I was like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah. So what are you at? Probably 7?
All in one sitting. I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times.
I don't know. It might not be the week for me to do it this week. We have another 3+ hour film on the docket.
Yeah, isn't it 3.5 hours, killers?
3.5. Yeah.
I looked it up before we went.
Longer than
we hit record. 3:26.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually dehydrate myself before. I think
that's a good call.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's gonna do it for Pod on Lansdowne. For Jake, for Liam, I'm Fitz. You've been you. Thanks for spending over an hour of your time with us. Hour and change with us. We really do appreciate it, especially during the off season. Again, you are an official sicko if you made it here, and because you're a sicko, if you made it this far, tweet a puking emoji at Pod on Lansdowne on Twitter to prove that you got this far. Till next week, go Sox and obey your mother.
Obey your mother.
I was going to say, I've been gone this long, you forget what to do at the end of the show.
Obey your mother.